You're right, welcome to DennisThabizness Motors. We are talking the 1.5 million US dollar Bugatti Veyron owned by rapper French Montana. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before I dissect this car right here, the Bugatti Veyron, high sound, loud exhaust pipe right here, French Montana has this to say. Take a listen.
For myself, you know what I'm saying? First nigga in New York with it. How can I not be the illest nigga in New York? First rapper in New York with that boom. What's up? Okay. Hit my toilet paper. It's time while I'm down when you niggas in New York. Get my toilet paper. A little gift to myself, you know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord.
Little gift for myself, you know what I'm saying? First nigga in New York with it. How can I not be the illest nigga?
Now, a car that has a starting price like a Bugatti Veyron with 7 figures always has an extremely high upkeep costs. But how much will maintaining a Veyron in tip-top shape is actually going to cost lots for French Montana? Remember, it's one of the fastest cars in the world. But one thing for sure, one of the guys that owns this one says the Bugatti Veyron recommends all fluids and they have to be changed each year. And that costs a hefty 25,000 US dollars, since replacing the oil and all other fluids takes a lot of work. Now, talking about the Bugatti Veyron right here, it has a whooping 16 drain plugs. Talking about the plugs right here, I'll tell you one thing, that it's twice as many compared to another exotic yet much more affordable performance vehicle from the VW group, that is the Lamborghini Huracan. Now, the drain plugs are not easily accessible, as the mechanics have to take out the rear wheels and brakes, as well as the lining on the rear fenders, along with the one underneath the back of the car. Now, talking about that engine right there, I mean, before even we get there, moving on to the wheels, the Bugatti Veyron, I mean, all the owners of the Veyron, they have to change the tires once every couple of years, and a fresh new set cost an eye-watering 38,000 US dollars. Now, as for the wheels themselves, you may find that every 10,000 miles, that's about 16,093 kilometers for a staggering 50,000 US dollars. Now, do the math. We are looking at around 100,000 US dollars in maintenance costs in just a couple of years of ownership. Does French Montana make this much money to actually go on with this Bugatti Veyron? Maybe, maybe not. Now, one of the owners that has about 2 Veyrons said that on the way, so the bills are even higher, but a tire set for a newer hypercar is only going to be about 8,000 US dollars. That's already another car, ladies and gentlemen. Now, future additions to the lineup include them, obviously some of the McLarens and all that kind of stuff. But back to the Veyron, the insane cost of maintaining a Veyron were revealed about a year ago when the certification application surfaced on the internet, showing about 6,400 US dollars to replace each individual turbocharger. We're talking about those turbochargers, but the 16.4, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Bugatti Veyron owned by French Montana, the rapper. Now, the turbocharger, the approximately 9,000 US dollars in labor cost to replace a pair. Talking about the air coolers. Now, we're reaching into the engine right here. The air coolers only 9,000 US dollars as well, and there are 2 of them, so that is approximately 18,000 US dollars in labor. Talking about labor for each, it's only 2,000 US dollars. Now the 9,000 I gave you, that's the cost of one. Then just the labor to fix it is just 2,000 US dollars. So do the math, that's 4,000 US dollars just in case the cooler is messed. Now the camshaft adjusters might only be about 800 US dollars per piece, but that owner has to pay about 21,000 US dollars in labor costs since the procedure requires some engine disassembly. By far the most expensive part, that is the 20,000 US dollar fuel tank plus the 22,000 US dollars to have it replaced. The question is, will French Montana manage this one right here, or it's just for showbiz, or he was gonna shoot a video right there? You know, we know these rappers, for one thing, they know how to play their showbiz so well. Now one more time for French Montana, what does he have to say for this ride?
Little gift for myself, you know what I'm saying? First nigga in New York with it. How can I not be the illest nigga in New York? You know? First rapper in New York with that book. What's up? Okay. Hit my toilet paper. It's time riding down on you niggas in New York. Get my toilet paper. A little gift for myself, you know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord.
Little gift for myself, you know what I'm saying? First nigga in New York with it. How can I not be the illest nigga in New York? You know? First rapper in New York with that book. What's up? Okay. Hit my toilet paper. It's time riding down on you niggas in New York. Get my toilet paper. A little gift for myself, you know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord.
Little gift for myself, you know what I'm saying? First nigga in New York with it. How can I not be the illest nigga in New York? You know? First rapper in New York with that book. What's up? Okay. Hit my toilet paper. It's time riding down on you niggas in New York.
Right, we are Black Sushi TV and I go by the name DennisThabizness. Do click subscribe and share this video with your friends if you may. Thanks for watching and get down to the link description below for your hip hop bits for free. I'm out.